There was a time, not long ago, when someone had decided to make a superhero, a child they dubbed the off-grid man, who had a family, hauled water, and lived off his land. He quickly declined, but would still lend a hand and try to give his knowledge to this Hollywood man. He was polished like a marble statue for a year of his life, treated like a king, and a queen was his wife. He was stalked, found, and greeted by a crew of 20 is what they needed. Sign these papers, friend. Here's some money, here's the script. Now welcome to the end. We're gonna sell a show. To Hollywood you'll go. Your life no longer a mystery. Your privacy is now history.
Good morning. Welcome to Alaska Firewood, people. It is a beautiful day here in Alaska. We heard some cranes over in the muskeg. That means summer is almost officially here. Yes. How about that intro, huh? Pretty dramatic. It's a true story, though. We were chosen out of hundreds of families for this Alaska reality TV show. It all sounded good and fine. It's the break we needed, it's what we deserved. And we did get the green light for national television. That's a major accomplishment. But when I saw the sizzle reel, everything changed. What they did is they came out here and filmed hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of clips of my family doing what we do. But they completely changed it. Made us what we were not. And I didn't like that. And I'm still in trouble right now, because I told them to stick it. Oh, man. But anyway, it's going to be a great day. They promised me they were going to keep everything authentic and real, and I believed them, but they didn't. And that's not what we're about. Boy, they're mad. They're mad at me. I'm going to get sued over this one. I don't care. It's good coffee. Because what we quickly figured out, it wasn't an Alaska reality show, it was an Alaska non-reality show. And that's not what we want to be. We don't want to have to hang our heads every time we see someone locally because they know that it was all a lie. Think about that. That's a hard way to live in a small town. It's funny when they do those shows, they make it seem like I said in the intro, we're all superheroes and everything's easy. But it's not easy. You know that. No matter where you're at, you live like this. It's not easy at all. So why fabricate it and pretend everything? Create all the drama. Well, I guess the drama's entertaining. I'll give them that. But we all know it's not true. You know, that was the break that we needed, like I said. We could have made a lot of money. I signed some papers for a lot of money. You know, we're talking like, just for me, $5,000 per episode. And that would have set me over the top. You know, living this way and having that kind of money, I'd never run out of generator gas. But I'll be ding-danged if I'm going to portray a lie. There's a lot of people that can do it, no problem. Just didn't feel right. Green light. You know how hard it is to get a green light in Hollywood? So how's everyone out there today? All my friends on YouTube. I really like a lot of you. I'd like the rest of you, but I don't know who you are. When you hide your subscriptions, I don't know who you are. I can't communicate with you. But I hope you're doing well too. Tim, how are you today? I bet you're doing great, cutting all that firewood and carving bears. That's an awesome bear you carved, by the way. I love it. Good job. But I will say this, these folks that I met from Hollywood, very nice people, very big hearts, and they do mean well. But the story gets twisted. It's for entertainment. It's all good. Oh yeah, shout out to Mike too, Ontario. I really enjoy talking to you. I enjoy your comments. You are an awesome person. Thank you. Okay, we got a great day ahead of us. We're going to get some carving wood, some firewood, some cooking wood. We're going to fix our generator. I'm going to show you how to do that when you live out in the woods. You don't want to be driving to town, dropping it off, and going to get it a week later. Then we got to get some wheels. But I have a plan. We're going to be mobile by the end of this day. We're going to do it all ourselves. So come on, join us. Let's have some coffee, and let's do this. And I just want to forewarn you, some of the topics I will be talking about today are negative. No big deal. You got to be negative to be positive. Nothing wrong with being negative. Negativity will give you the motivation to get things done a lot of the times. It really does kind of annoy me, and I find myself doing it as well, where people can't handle negativity. They're just lying to themselves. They're not showing you the true side. That's what it's about, truth. When you're negative, you can express yourself in ways that you can't when you're positive. Now, I'm not saying don't be positive at all. I'm just saying expect the negative. You know, sometimes generators break down, you have no power. Sometimes your vehicle breaks down, you have no vehicle. Sometimes it snows and you can't get out. That's a negative, but big deal. Everything can always be fixed, and you can always make it to the highway. Let it snow, let it rain, let everything turn to ice. Stuck at home? That's why we got internet, right? Oh, and by the way, you probably wonder, Mr. Off-Grid Man, how does he get internet? And if he has internet, is he off-grid? That's a good question. I don't really know the answer to that. It's kind of a contradiction, don't you think? I do. But I'll show you how we get our internet. It's really cool. There is a microwave antenna about the size of a dinner plate on top of that roof. It's pointed at a tower, line of sight. The tower is about 5 miles from here. We got lucky. We get excellent internet. You buy the dish, you pay the monthly fee. $90 a month, unlimited internet, super fast. So anywhere around here, you can get internet. So when the generator is on, the microwave antenna is on. There you go. You could fry an egg on that thing. So you want to live out in the woods? What do? Wake up to a cool cabin, build a fire. Come out, get your cook fire going. Have some coffee, make some breakfast. And think about what trails you're going to take to go get some firewood and some carving wood. Some cooking wood. This is kind of a really exciting time of year. When all the tourists come from all over the world, you get to meet all kinds of people from every country on the planet. It's so cool. As we get to sell our bears, we get to meet a lot of people. It's pretty neat.
Alaska Firewood people!
These are my brothers from Spain. Safe journey, guys.
Now, when you pull out on that highway, wow. We're not used to it. Thousands and thousands and thousands of cars. Alaska becomes the world's. That's fine. It boosts the economy. Local businesses, mom and pop stores, they make a lot more money than they do in the wintertime, and that's good because it keeps them going for us locals. So I'm looking forward to seeing all these tourists, and I hope you will be careful. Play by the rules. Don't be fooled by a lot of the stuff you see on TV. It's not easy. We know that. You know that. It's not easy. You can get hurt at any turn. These rivers are dangerous. There are very large bears with cubs this time of year. I saw a big old bumblebee the other day, a couple of them. Old timers say when the bees are out, the bears are out. So you just got to be aware. Make a lot of noise when you're in the woods or you're fishing. If you have a bear come up on you, when you're fishing on the riverbank, give him the right of way. Give him your fish. I would also like to point out, since summer's here, and I read about this in the paper every summer, someone gets airlifted out by a state trooper helicopter because they don't know what they're doing. Sean Penn, I love you. I always have. You're an awesome person. But I really wish would not have done that show Into the Wild. I read the book when I was a kid, great book, and the show was awesome too, and the music, Eddie Vedder, you can't beat it. Awesome music. But here's the thing, people from other countries and the States, and even Alaska, they watch that show, and their only mission is to get to that bus, which I can understand. I've been there. I know all about it. It gets in your soul, and you want to get there, but the problem is you can't get back a lot of the times. So please, people, stay away from that bus. That's no man's land. Okay, you ready for some more negativity? We'll try to turn it into positivity. So here's the thing. These highways up here, the Seward Highway, the Sterling Highway, Parks Highway, Glen Highway, these are highways of death. You have to really think when you come up here. You know, you've rented an RV, you've rented a car, you've drove up from Florida. You're excited, you're happy, the scenery is awesome. You have to pay attention. Think. Everything you do in your vehicle, think before you do it.
Man, look at this. You see what I mean? This is beautiful. See that sign, 35 miles an hour? There's a reason for that. This is Cooper Landing. There are a lot of unexpected twists and turns on these roads. And in the summertime, there's RVs and semis and cars and trucks, and everyone's enjoying the view. It's very distracting. You have to be very aware. And don't worry, there's plenty of places to pull off and enjoy the scenery. Wow, look at this. This is Kenai Lake in Cooper Landing, Alaska. One of the most beautiful places in the world.
Now let's boil some beans. So the two people who live like this, it's not a trend. It's not the thing to do. It's how you live. Okay, so I know you probably wonder, this guy's running around all the time in the woods, going through snow. Where does he get that energy? Well, I'm a bean collector. I collect beans. I love beans. That's what we eat. You don't need to soak them or anything. Just boil them. Probably about an hour or so. Boil the heck out of them. Then drain them. Add some more water. Add your spices. Hunk of meat if you got it. You're good. You ever feel like when you've eaten something, it just doesn't do enough for you? You just don't feel right? Well, that's where these beans come in. They'll give your body everything that you need. You know, I go to someone else's house, I'll be sitting there talking to them. My eyes will wander over to their pantry, their shelves on the wall. I keep looking over there. They're looking at me. Well, I'm looking at their bag of beans, and they're like, "What are you doing? What's your problem?" I'm like, "Can I have those beans?" "Yes, take the beans. Get out of here. Have the beans." I'm a bean collector. They'll last forever, just keep them dry. And that's all you need all day. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner right there. Feed the whole family. Forget the cans of soup and the tuna fish. Make it yourself. Oh, and I tell you, hunk of salmon in there. Ooh. Busted generator? No problem. We're going to fix it. We live out in the woods. We can't run this into town. Drop it off and go get it in a few days or a week or whatever. It's the best generator in the world. I'll show you how to fix it. Honda EU 2000i, best generator in the world. Sometimes they won't run right. Here's your problem. 4 screws, take that off. 3 bolts, take those off. 10 millimeter. Once you get those off, I'm in a hurry because the battery's going dead. There's your problem, your spark arrestor. Clean it. Clean all this out, get all the gunk out of there. Can you see that? Clean that out really good. Wire brush it, whatever. Spray it with carb cleaner. Put it back in. Put it back on there. The generator will run like a champ. The reason for this is so you don't burn the world down. Okay? In some states it's illegal to run your generator or chainsaws without this. Okay? So it's important you put that back, alright? Hey, check it, I'm recording here. So anyway, let's put that back together and you'll notice one of these bolts is longer than the other, that one goes on the bottom. Just remember that the way you took it off. Put it back together that way. Now remember, that's 10 millimeter. So what happens if your generator's eating the plugs up, loses power, bogs down, all the power in your house gets kicked off, your computer gets kicked off, and you got to restart it, destroy your computer. 9 times out of 10, because that screen's plugged. Remember that. Even the dogs like the beans. So part of the deal about living out in the woods is you pretty much got to do everything yourself. You can't really just be running to town all the time. Okay, and real quick, there is another issue with these generators. If they run on half choke or full choke just to run, I'll show you how to fix that. Okay, there's a fine mesh filter right here where you put your gas in. What a lot of people don't know, there's another filter in the fuel line that's coming out of the bottom of the tank, okay? Pop this off, come in from this side, take that clamp off, pull the hose down, and there's a filter about yay big in there, a little white filter, clean that out, put that back on there, your generator will run like brand new again, okay? Remember that filter in the fuel line. It's hidden in there. Even those pliers will get it. Okay, shop time on this, $100 an hour, $50 minimum. You got to drive very far away to drop it off, then go get it in a few days. If you need power, you ain't going to have it. Best just to figure out how to do it yourself. Same goes with the chainsaw. Clean out your spark arrestor, clean out your fuel filters. Figure out where they're all at. It'll run brand new. You live out in the woods, you want to learn how to do this. Can you do it? Okay, so we got the generator issue fixed. No problem. Now, vehicle's busted. That's a problem. Got a rod knocking in the low end. Not good. We're going to take care of that too. Runs like brand new. How am I going to fix that rod knocking? It's called a 1974 Dodge 360 motorhome. Dang right. I'm going to get this thing going again. We drove this here over 20 years ago. Right to the property. This old thing has never let us down. Thing's been running forever. I love these old Dodges. Look at that. That's luxury right there. Propane stove, a little tiny oven. Can fit a salmon in there, no problem. This is the master bedroom / kitchen table. I've installed this awesome barrel stove, custom made, right into the bathroom. I've had this stove for, about 15 years, I believe. It's pretty awesome. Okay, same thing pertains to a chainsaw. Spark arrestor, the screen. Most chainsaws, take those 2 nuts off, pull your muffler out, there's a screen there, clean that out. It'll run like a champ. This one they made it easy, they just put it there. You just pull it out, clean that out. Your saw will run like a brand new saw. Now, when your other vehicle breaks, it's a no-brainer. This is a 74 Dodge. I know it's going to run. As long as that battery's charged, keep gas in it, it's going to run. These things run forever. Now these old Dodges, when you start them, they'll run at high idle. Just let them run. Kick it down in about 5 or 10 minutes.
Here we go. Driving down this old dirt roads, trying to keep this old Dodge out of the ditches. Don't you know, gonna make it back down old Wild Cotton Road, where me and my baby